When you enter an agreement of sale with the seller, you fix a date for the registration, and sometimes you don't fix a date also. Agreement of sale can be entered by fixing a date. If there is any balance amount to be paid, and there is no need to fix a date also. There are agreements which are valid and legal, which can be entered without fixing the date. When full amount is given, possession is also given, registration can be postponed. There are two dimensions in agreement of sale. Always remember, there are two dimensions. One dimension is price. The second dimension is registration. The consideration and registration are the two facets of the agreement of sale. So, when a date is declared by both the parties, there will be a limitation from that date. Limitation means the expiry date. To what date can the party come to the court? If a date is declared, it is 3 years from the date of declaration. That is the date of registration. The proposed date of registration, the limitation starts against the party. That is, if buyer enters an agreement with the seller with 3 months as the date of registration from the agreement of sale, after 3 months, the time starts, the countdown starts till the end of 3 years. So, before 3 years or the end of the 3 years, on the last day of the 3 years, the buyer must file a case against the seller, stating that he is ready and willing to perform the agreement of sale and the seller is not coming forward. He is ready with the cash. Now, if date is not there, what happens? If date is not there, buyer must give a notice to the seller to come for registration, and seller refuses the registration, and from that date 3 years count starts. Now, the purpose of this video is, because there is 3 years time, don't wait for 3 years to file a case. In some instances, there could be instances. Vidyanadam's case, Supreme Court clarified that because there is 3 years time, the buyer can't wait for 3 years to file a case. Because what happens is that in the 3 years period, there could be price rise. The ground of rise in prices can be taken by the seller against the buyer if the buyer waits till the last day of 3 years to file a case against the seller. Buyer can wait. There is 3 years time to come to court. But what is he losing? He is losing on the price. He is losing on the rise in the price. That ground will be taken by the seller if you wait till the expiry of the limitation of the 3 years. So, whenever the seller defaults, immediately file a case. Don't wait for the 3 years time, or don't wait for the negotiations, or don't get into the trap of the seller. If the seller is intelligent, he will take time to come to registration or to complete the process of the performance of the agreement. But don't give him time. If you give him time, tomorrow he will take the defense of rise in prices. Supreme Court in Vidyanadam's case said that price rise will act against the buyer if buyer is waiting till the end of the limitation period. The purpose of the limitation period is for different purpose, not for waiting. There could be many factors like permission to be obtained, or 101 factors can be there, clearance of the loan or whatever. I can't give you the specific factors, but waiting just for the sake of limitation will work against the buyer, and seller will take a ground of rise in prices if the buyer is waiting till the end of 3 years to file a case. Hope I am clear. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, kindly comment.